Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to another episode of Coffee, Coaching, and Conversation. I am your host, Kimberlee Deneice, and I am an empowerment coach helping you to elevate your impact. And I know you're wondering, what does that mean? There's a quote by John Maxwell that simply says, leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. So to all my friends out there who want to be influencers or you think you're influencers, whether you know it or not, you are a leader. So leadership is something that is really important, and we should always be working to improve our leadership, whether it's in our home. Parenting is leadership. Whether it's on our jobs, that's leadership. We may have people under us or people in positions that look to us. That's leadership, whether it is in the community or in our churches, right? We should be elevating our impact. And the Bible tells us to be salt and light, all right? So we want to shake salt and shine light. So do me a favor, share this stream right now. If you are watching this live, share this stream. Don't be stingy. Share it with somebody. Tag somebody in the comments so that they can chime in and they can get this info this morning. All right. Let's see. Hang on. I'm getting discombobulated. I done got excited. Y'all are on here this morning and I am so glad. Good morning, finest. Thank you so much for being on this morning. Listen, guys, before we hop into our broadcast, I've got a few things that we that I want to kind of do some things that we will be doing now moving forward. All right. So just kind of a little icebreaker. All right. This or that. This or that. And you can respond and let me know in the comments. This or that. All right. So let me know. Would you prefer a beach vacation or a vacation going to a mountainous area and staying in a cabin? All right. Beach or cabin? Let me know in the comments. Beach or cabin? Just those words. I'll ask you for an explanation later. Right now, simply put the word beach or the word cabin. Which one do you prefer? I'm interested and curious in knowing what you guys like. All right. This or that. Would you prefer a cabin vacation or a beach vacation? Let me know in the comments, and I want to share that on the screen with everybody. All right. While y'all are doing that, let me know in the comments. And if you're watching this replay, you can also still let me know as well. All right. Those comments are starting to come in. We've got Finest says beach. Stephanie says beach. All right. So far, we like beach vacations. Beach vacations. And Finest says he is watching live. Thank you, Finest. Do me a favor. If you're watching live, you can use the hashtag live. If you are watching this after the live broadcast, which is every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, simply put hashtag replay. Hashtag replay. All right. So, and I can see whether you're watching from Facebook or YouTube. So make sure you grant permission for Ecamm Live to see your comments so that we can see your name. All right. That's a bit of housekeeping that I sometimes forget. Thank you so much. Stephanie is watching live. You guys are awesome and responsive this morning. I love it. Listen, let me tell you, I am so very excited. Our feature today, we normally have a feature or sponsor, right? And of course, Faith Like a Boss does sponsor this broadcast. But our feature today that I am really excited about, there are some new t-shirts available. There are some new t-shirts available with some awesome sayings. One of them says, "It's the grace of God for me." One of them says, "I'm just out here trusting God." And so we've got a lot of cool sayings on some cool shirts. And the featured shirt right now, "I'm just out here trusting God." I hope y'all can see that. It says, "I'm just out here trusting God." That's the shirt. Guess what? Me, friends, your creative host. I do a whole lot of things that help me to kind of go with the ebbs and flows of life and keep that balance, so to speak. And so that's one of the things that I've been doing for years. And so this is a new shirt, handmade by me, that you can get. But listen, for a limited time, if you would like, if you like this shirt, you can actually be entered to win this shirt. Just text Faith Boss to 901-584-0227. This is a text to win contest. You don't have to pay anything to participate. Simply text Faith Boss to 901-584-0227 and you will win this shirt right here. All right. You'll win this shirt. You'll be entered for a chance to win. So time's not up on that contest just yet. We will be announcing the winner on July the 8th. All right. Awesome. You guys are amazing. So let's go ahead and hop right on into it. Today, we are talking about 5 ways to react when people push your buttons. 5 ways to react when people push your buttons. Let me know in the comments. I want to hear from you guys. Has anybody ever pushed your buttons before? Have you gotten, felt like on edge and annoyed and like people were just constantly provoking you? And let me know in the comments. Have your buttons ever been pushed before? Honestly, if you've ever been a parent, been married, had any type of job whatsoever, at some point that has probably happened to you because you are a human being. But I still want to hear from you. Have your buttons ever been pushed before? Just let me know, yes or no, in the comments. All right, awesome. So today I'm going to give you 5 ways to react when people push your buttons. All right. Others may push your buttons, but you control your response. Okay. There always seems to be that one person that knows how to get under your skin. When someone is trying to upset you, the worst thing you can do is oblige them. By rewarding their behavior, you encourage the same thing to happen again in the future. Take control of your situation by taking control of yourself. Take control of your situation by taking control of yourself. All right. And so let's get into, here is our first tip. First, and I'd like to say this one is really, really important. That's why I made it number 1. Stay calm, friends. You're bigger than a few harsh or mean-spirited words. It's just sound, not unlike a garbage truck rolling down the street. Take a deep breath. Think about something pleasant and move on. Calming yourself is a skill. Practice as much as possible. Soon, nothing will be able to upset you. My mom used to say something like, just let it roll off you like water on a duck's back. All right. It'll roll off you like water on a duck's back. All right. So stay calm. Number two, consider if you're at fault in any way. Now, friends, I know this is hard. We don't want to look at ourselves. We always want to point outward but let me tell you, introspection is so important, and it can bring about a lot of awareness, but it can also help you to grow. Growth is not always fun. It doesn't always feel good, but growth is necessary. Growth is necessary. You know, Jesus grew. There's a passage of scripture that says Jesus grew in stature and in wisdom. And I'm actually doing a personal devotional this week that's about personal growth. Luke chapter 2 verse 52 talks about Jesus. He grew. As he grew, so that his wisdom and maturity and his favor, the favor increased upon his life, and he was greatly loved by God. All right. So he grew in 4 ways: in stature, in wisdom, favor with man, and favor with God. I just kind of deviated from my notes, but I just felt like it was very relevant to talk about growth when we consider if we are at fault in any way. All right. So ask yourself this question. Do I complain or whine excessively? Ask yourself that question. And I'm saying to ask yourself that question because we all may know people who seem like they are Debbie Downers. They are always whining, always complaining. You know those people who are energy sucks. You talk to them and it's like they suck all of your energy because they're always complaining about something, and you tend to avoid those people. I don't care if they're friends. I don't care if they're family. You find yourself not wanting to talk to them because it is never a positive situation. But we're asking ourselves, do I complain or whine excessively? Am I unreasonably fussy? There are some people, guys, that I just refuse to go out to eat with, period. They complain too much for me. Too much. Something is wrong with everything. There's nothing that's acceptable. Something's wrong with everything. And they're just always complaining and unreasonably fussy. All right. So are you unreasonably fussy? Then you'll probably draw some unwanted comments. Fair or not. Do you pick on other people? Some people that are observing and watching might decide to even the score. There are some tit for tat people out there. There are some people. If you come for them and they didn't send for you, they will come back. All right. So consider if you are at fault in any way. That introspection and that awareness is so important, because otherwise it can escalate to something that we don't need that in our lives. All right. So consider that. All right. Next up, I feel like I spent a lot of time on that point. Number 3, stick up for yourself. It's possible that the other person doesn't realize that they're upsetting you. All right? Speak up for yourself and let them know how you feel. No one can read your mind. Take responsibility for letting others know how you want to be treated. Many bullies will stop if they face any resistance. All right? Any resistance. Yes, Stephanie. Introspection. Yes. Looking within yourself. Sometimes we're always trying to look out and point and blame other people. But what role did I play? Let me look at myself. What did I do? And let me tell you, that introspection, you'll find that you can grow in your prayer life. When you pray and you say, God, show me the error of my ways. Yeah, sometimes we don't want to pray that prayer. We don't want to pray that prayer. We don't want to look in the mirror. So, God, show me the error of my ways. All right? Stick up for yourself. Number 4, realize that harmful comments come from personal pain. This one's tough. People are mean when they are hurting in some way. People are mean when they are hurting in some way. You know the saying, hurt people hurt people. They do. When we don't deal with ourselves and when we don't take care and when we don't do what needs to be done and we're cut, we bleeding all over the place. We are bleeding all over the place, getting our hurts, all this stuff on other people. Then it becomes a ripple effect. You think viruses spread fast. Hurt people hurt people. So we need to try to feel compassion. All right? Try to feel compassion for the other person and avoid taking their comments seriously. Some people erroneously believe they can make themselves feeling better by making other people feel worse. We got to pray for them. We've got to pray for them. And as we're praying, make sure we're looking at ourselves, but also realizing that we need to have compassion as well, and that they may be saying harmful things to us to push our buttons because it's coming from a personal pain of theirs. All right. Now, this last point, I think this one is good. Number 1 was good. I mean, all of these, I feel like they kind of build on each other. But this one, leave the situation. Be out. Leave. Don't stay. Take a time out if you're very upset. It happens. Take a break. Give yourself a few minutes to regroup. Everyone needs a time out on occasion. Go back with a calm mind and a refreshed attitude. Leave. Sometimes you got to walk away. Sometimes you cannot respond at that moment because you think you're responding, but you're actually reacting. You're reacting. You know how people say, I match energy. I match energy. So you come for me, I'm going to come for you. I match energy. At the end of the day, we're still all human beings. And I don't know about you. Some people don't like to admit this, but I didn't come out the womb saved. All right. I was born in sin and shaped in iniquity. All right. So there is still some South Memphis and Whitehaven in me. All right. There is still some in me. And so I have to crucify my flesh daily, but also know that I can leave the situation and come back at an appropriate time. All right. It is no fun when others are trying to get a rise out of you. However, you don't have to get upset when someone else tries to annoy you. You don't have to get upset when someone else is trying to annoy you. That's right. Responding versus reacting. Take control of the situation and your emotions. Do what you can to discourage the other person. Maintain your composure and choose your response wisely. You'll find that others are pushing your buttons less and less. And I like what Stephanie said. That's right. Responding versus reacting. That's so good. And so when you leave the situation, you step away. That doesn't mean you're going to let people walk all over you. That doesn't mean you're allowing people to bully you. Step away. Take some time to be quiet. Take some time to pray. Jot down notes, journal if you need to, so that you can respond and not react. Okay? You can respond and not react. All right? So I want to hear from you before we get into this next portion. I want to hear from you. All right. Which of these 5 points, just one, just give me one of these that you need to give a little more attention to today, where you could use some growth and some improvement. I will put them on the screen. I am prepared and ready for y'all today. All right. The first point was stay calm. The second point, consider if you are at fault in any way. The third point, stick up for yourself. All right. The fourth point, realize that harmful comments. See, I did this early. And of course, there's a typo. Let's see if I can fix that for you guys in case you're screenshotting. I don't want y'all to think I can't spell. All right. Realize that harmful comments come from personal pain. All right. And then number 5, leave the situation. So out of these 5 points today, these 5 ways I've given you to react when people push your buttons, which one of these would you say you need to take some time to look at this week? Let me know in the comments. I know for me, I need to stick up for myself. I need to stick up for myself more. That's the one I need to focus on this week. I need to stick up for myself. You know, because sometimes people don't realize they're upsetting me. And sometimes what they're doing wouldn't normally upset me. Maybe I'm dealing with something and I don't realize it. So speaking up for myself, we can have a conversation. And sometimes through that conversation, you can see the error of your own ways and kind of where you are and what you need to address within yourself. All right, let me take these. Yes. Stephanie said number 4. She said, realize that harmful comments come from personal pain. Yes, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right. So let's take these down. All right. So number 1, stay calm. Number 2, consider if you're at fault in any way. Number 3, stick up for yourself. Number 4, realize that harmful comments come from personal pain. And number 5, leave the situation. All right, leave the situation. Okay, so let's get into this affirmation. This affirmation this week, and I've got something to read to you that goes along with it. This affirmation simply says, I keep a cool and steady head. I keep a cool and steady head. I remind myself each day that it is important to stay calm in all circumstances. I avoid allowing others to upset my peace of mind. At times, there are disagreements at work. Difficult people tend to test my patience, but I avoid giving in to the temptation to react negatively. My cool temperament rules each situation. Being cool portrays maturity. When others see that I am behaving maturely, I am able to gain their confidence. I am reliable enough to make thoughtful choices. A cool head allows me to consider how situations impact everyone involved. When I take the time to remain calm, I am able to consider various points of view. This approach allows me to make unbiased decisions. I treat others with deserved respect because I remain calm. I know that anger can sometimes cause me to say offensive things, so I avoid getting angry. I love my family and I am committed to treating them well. When my kids are untruthful or do naughty things, I correct them without shouting. Shouting hurts their feelings and betrays the values of family. Today, my ability to stay calm and be guided by a steady head is the secret to successful relationships. I am committed to keeping my behavior towards others respectful. All right, so that's our affirmation. I keep a cool and steady head. So let's look at this point to ponder. Let's look at this point to ponder. All right. Let's look at this point to ponder. All right. So our point to ponder today is coming from Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. Reading from the Passion Translation of the Bible. Trust in the Lord completely and do not rely on your own opinions. With all your heart, rely on Him to guide you, and He will lead you in every decision you make. Become intimate with Him in whatever you do, and He will lead you wherever you go. All right. So this point to ponder today is trust in God and allow Him to lead you. Trust in God and allow Him to lead you. Let's decree and declare. All right. Let's decree and declare. I decree that I trust in the Lord completely. I don't rely on my own opinions. If someone is pushing my buttons, I declare that I will rely on God to guide me and lead me in how I respond, according to Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. All right. And so that's our declaration. That's our declaration today. Okay. And so with that, I just want you to really think about how to keep a cool and steady head. And remember these 5 ways that I gave you today. This is not an exhaustive list, but if you would like more points like this, there is a link in the description to my blog post from this week that actually includes 10 ways to react when people push your buttons. It includes 10 ways. So if you like these 5, you will like the others. And so click that link in the description and you can read that blog post. All right. You can read that blog post. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Well, we are going to close out in prayer, and we thank you so much. We're going to close out in prayer. I'm going to pull our declaration back up, and we can simply pray through our declaration. God, we love you so much. Thank you for this day. Thank you for love and life and your presence in our lives. And we just thank you that we are equipped with ways that we can respond when people push our buttons. All right. When people push our buttons. And so we decree that we trust in you completely. We don't rely on our own opinions, and that if someone is pushing our buttons, we declare that we will rely on you, God, to guide us and to guide us in the way that we should respond, according to Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. Thank you for this teaching on today. And we just pray that you would just continue to move and have your way in our lives. So in the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen. All right, friends, that is it for today. Thank you so much. Those of you that are on Instagram, if you want to hop on over there, I'm about to hop on Instagram for just a quick recap. If you want to call it the after party, the daytime after party, I'm going to hop on Instagram. I've been doing that for a few weeks now, just kind of seeing how it would go. So you can hop on over to Instagram at Kimberlee Deneice. It's at the bottom of your screen. That's my IG handle, at Kimberlee Deneice. And you can hop on Instagram Instagram with me for a few minutes. I'm usually on there for about 5 minutes. So you can hop on Instagram with me. I'm making sure my phone is on Do Not Disturb. And we're going to hop on Instagram for this after session. All right. Love you guys. Until next week. Peace and blessings. Remember, I almost forgot. I need you. You need me. We're all a part of God's body. Stand with me and agree with me. You know why? It is His will that every need be supplied. You, my friend, are important to me. I need you to survive. All right? Until next week. Peace and blessings.